Alright troops, this is Him Backstabber here again. This is me voicing over a video. This is Germany against Russia. Not much to say. Germany are a really good team. This is a pretty dubious match. I don't actually do too well, but I get the result in the end. Yeah, so it's against Russia. This is probably your hardest home game, because being honest with you, don't have the hardest of group. Russia is a hard team to beat, but it should be no problem at home anyway. And the other teams in the group, I'm pretty sure it's like Liechtenstein, Finland, Wales, I think Azerbaijan as well. But it's not the hardest of groups in the world. I'm playing a pretty solid team out there. Closer, Ozil, the usuals that you'd expect. I'm not playing Khedira or Müller. I'd rather play players like Balak in there. Roffles or whatever his name is. Actually, I might just take him out of the team and replace him with Müller or something like that. Even Khedira, I don't know. I might take Wolfs out the team. I'm not even sure what his name is. But right from the start, I realised Russia are going to play pretty defensive and try and counter-attack, because I'll constantly be trying to attack, and there will be tons of players just sitting behind the ball, all running back as soon as I mean, literally half their team will run up from being in an offensive position into defensive position. And they have some players that are actually quite good. They have Arshavin, the Arsenal player, Pavlyuchenko, he's a good striker. They can cause you some damage. They're two well-known players. I'm not really sure about any other Russian players. I don't really know them too well, being honest with you. So against Russia, you've really got to take your chances, because they're so defensive, and we're pretty lucky to get a shot off in the end. So yeah. And nothing really to add about Russia. Germany, on the other hand, are a very solid team. The only thing that sometimes really annoys me is the support for the attacker can sometimes be a wee bit. It doesn't appear too quickly. It doesn't come up too quickly. Players don't get up to support closer. Like Ozil should be constantly supporting him, but sometimes I'll find that Closer's up on there on his own and he has to hold off a couple of players. It can get frustrating, because you're gonna lose the ball if it's just held up at Closer and no one else is moving up. And I'm sort of gonna be trying out a lot of different players over the course of this Germany walkthrough thing, because in the last game, if you were watching that, then you'll see that I played Helmes instead of Closer, and he ended up scoring a hat-trick. He was a really good player. I don't know if it was against Finland. Finland aren't the best of teams, but he actually played really well and definitely finished pretty well. I mean, just because I played good in the game. But in European qualifying, if you're gonna qualify easily, a lot of points at the top of the group. You can only afford to draw one game, and I would suggest that's an away game. Like if you're put in a situation where you draw away and you don't want to redo the match or something like that, then by all means you don't have to do it again. You'll probably be fine, but don't go and draw other games, and getting draws away against teams like Azerbaijan and Liechtenstein, that's not ideal. Against any team, if you're going to draw against anyone, draw against one of the big teams, and make sure, or a team that's challenging you, because that means that you'll be getting points and you'll be in level points with them, and they're not really advancing towards you that much points. So yeah, the goalkeeper's pretty solid. I might start playing Muir because I like him a wee bit better. I don't know, I just like Muir. Lamb's solid. He's not really that good on this game though. He's a really good player in real life, but on this game he's a very, very weak player, and not. There's faster players out there. There's a lot faster players and a lot nimble players that can really just run past them. Like when I did the African qualifying, I would say Belhaj was faster than Lamb. And I mean, Belhaj was fast, but come on, Lamb's one of the more quicker guys. I got Westerman at the back there as well. He does his job. He's pretty slow. He's not as good as Mertesacker. Mertesacker's in there as well. Friedrich's in there to cover the right. He's quite a good player. I like Friedrich a lot. Rolfes, he kind of did the role that Khedira did, sort of more defensive role. He does a good job in there. He tries hard. I might take him out and start playing Khedira, but I don't know. I'll have to decide. He's been pretty solid, so it'd be pretty unfair for me to take him out of the team just because I like Khedira better. Schweinsteiger is good. He's good on the ball. Can move about a wee bit. Ozil's very good. He's got some skill on him. He's nimble and he's got a really good shot on him. He's not so good at finishing, but long range shots he can really hit that ball quite well. Podolski is a bit slower than Schweinsteiger, I'd say, on the game anyway. Probably got a wee bit more skill, just base skill. But another good thing about Podolski is he's got a really, really powerful, very powerful shot. And closer, he's solid. He can finish it. Does his job as a one-man up front. I don't know if I'm gonna take him out of the team or not, but I don't know. He's played well so far, so why should I take him out of the team? But I'm trialing a lot of people to see if they're good or not. I don't know. I might try Muir for the next game. I think it's against Wales. Is the next game that I have to play. Yeah, that's a game that I'll definitely be winning, so watch that. And I know Muir probably won't have a lot to do, but still be good to see how he does. Even though Adler's pretty solid, but I'm looking into a lot of different guys to try and find the better Germany squad. So anyway, that's pretty much the video. I don't really have anything else to add. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So see you next time.
Defender just too strong for him. Yuri Zhirkov. Semshov. Kerzhakov. And Mertesacker. There was danger there until he stepped in. Kolodin. Semshov. Yuri Zhirkov. Semak. He's such a... Referee has given a free kick to Russia. Keeper had a good view of that. Didn't really trouble him.
Well, it's 0-0 so far, Clive, and I tell you what, it could end up that way, the way these two goalkeepers are playing.